Hi, welcome to Lesson 3.2, Developing Quality GLEs. It's instructional design, specifications, and social content guidelines. I am Christine Joan Beredo, your facilitator for today's session. How to write the GLEs? There are three phases: review, develop, and validate. In before phase, you need to review the Philippine GSET Guidance Matrix, the Philippine GSET Knowledge, Skills, and Attitudes, the GSET Pedagogy, and the Classroom Assessment Resource Book, and DepEd Order number 31, series of 2020. In developing the GLEs, you could use the template provided in the manual, and the samples shall be provided in the manual. And after phase, we need to validate. Subject matter expert writers should establish the validity and effectiveness of the GLE to determine the alignment and the coherence of the GLE. SMEs also should ensure that the GLEs are free from content and grammatical errors. This is the instructional design of the GSET lesson exemplar. First is to build on connections to new topic through learners' prior knowledge and motivation. Instruction should be articulated and structured so learners can most readily grasp it. Instruction should be holistic and address the GSET dimension: cognitive, socio-emotional, and behavioral. The specifications and content of the GSET lesson exemplar should be based on the Philippine GSET KSA, domains and indicators. It should be arranged in a logical manner. It considers the learner's context, needs, and abilities, promotes the development of higher cognitive skills and 21st century skills, and the tasks are authentic, interactive, and sustain the interest and motivation of learners. Alignment is the process of ensuring the connectedness between curriculum outcomes and instruction. It should be aligned with the standards, competencies, instructional goals, the learning objectives, and the learning activities and assessment tools. So what to look for? So these are the standards in creating the GSET lesson exemplar. First, it should have a compliance with learning competency and accuracy of content, freshness of information, format, presentation, and organization, language, social content, and copyright concerns. These are the 8 guideposts in assuring content quality: integrity and consistency, organization, accuracy and recency, appropriateness, sensitivity, comprehensiveness, balance, readability, and presentation. Integrity and consistency. Does the material reflect the philosophy of the K-12 curriculum and the goals of the subject area in the curriculum? For the organization, is there a smooth flow of ideas in the material? Are the topics logically organized? It should be simple to complex, concrete to abstract, easy to difficult, known to unknown, chronology, the prerequisite in learning, and whole to part or part to whole. Does the material contain advanced organizers, summaries, evaluation, and other features that facilitate synthesis of learning? And do the features of the material show agreement and harmony? For accuracy and recency, are content in the material accurate? And be mindful of the conceptual errors, the factual errors, the grammatical errors, the typographical errors, the conflicting statements, the errors in visuals like illustration, photos, graphs, and charts. Are the examples provided realistic? Are the content up to date? Statistics should not be more than 5 years old. For the appropriateness, is content of the material appropriate to local situations, ability of the learners at a particular grade level or target learner? Are the activities and exercises engaging and interesting to the learners? Is there a variety of activities and exercises to suit the different intelligences and learning styles of learners? Are the objectives attainable? Are the suggested materials easily available? Are suggested strategies practical, challenging, and stimulating? And are the tests properly constructed, useful in evaluating learning outcomes, and congruent with the objectives? For sensitivity, since we are in the global citizenship education, are all aspects of the material acceptable to significant groups? Is the material mindful of cultural biases? Does it avoid sexism, racism, or regionalism? Is it mindful of the ageism, disability, geography, rural or urban, religion? Are controversial issues addressed fairly, objectively, and within the level of the learners? For the comprehensiveness, are relevant learning competencies adequately covered? Are concepts adequately explained to avoid misconceptions? Is content sufficient to attain the objectives of instruction and the articulated learning competencies? And for the balance, is there balance and fair treatment of other aspects such as gender, the domains of learning, the locale? And for the last category, readability and presentation. Are concepts presented in a clear and concise manner? Are the procedural texts easy to follow? Is the language appropriate for the grade level? And is the format of the material helpful in understanding the content? Is the design attractive? Is the print size and font type used appropriate and legible? Is the material handy for daily use? For photos, this is the artwork style guide. So photographer must be identified as required by source and reference. So persons included must have provided free and prior consent for the intended use and context. So it should have a written consent form. And for those archaeological artifacts, should have consent from the archives. You could use these tools in the Google form, in the Google platform, to know if the picture can be usable and does not have copyright concerns. Could use right here tools and then change. There is a drop down arrow here in about usage sites. It should be labeled for reuse. So these are not copyrighted. So these pictures, you can use it because it's not copyrighted. And for social content, it refers to the themes or topics which the DepEd prescribes certain guidelines when these themes or topics are included or referred to in lessons in the learning resources. So for social content theme, the Filipino learner, the Filipino nation and the society, the citizenship and social responsibility, gender, individuals and social identity, social institution, media technology and communication, health and safety, and the environment. Through the concrete expression of such values, the DepEd's core values should be realized. Maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Avoid views or opinions that highlight stereotypes and encourage cultural, moral, and social insensitivities against particular social classes, gender groups, political affiliations, cultural or religious groups. Example of that is, walang silbi ang baboy na hindi naging lechon. Walang halaga ang baboy na hindi man lang naging chicharon. So, how is it become biased and highlights stereotyping individuals that are fat and gluten? Right? Che, ismid ng isang siopaw. Sinasabi nyo lang yan dahil lang mumura nyo. Pwede kayong bilhin ng kahit na sino. Kami, bongga ang aming presyo. Hindi lahat ay maaring makatikim ng taglay naming sarap. Sa kaparaan, pat nilikha kaming makikinis at mapuputi ang kutis, natural para kainin kami ng taong malilinis at mapuputi tulad ng mayayaman. So, ayan. So, stereotyping na kapag ikaw ay malinis at maputi ang kutis, ikaw ay mayaman. So, that is a no-no here in creating lesson exemplars, right? Avoid sexist language, bias, prejudice, and stereotyping of various genders in the depiction of behaviors, home and family roles, professions, occupations, and contribution to society. Ito, sagisag ng kahinaan, puri ang kayamanan, hinhin ang katangian at ganda ang puhunan. Buhay na hiram lang, pinagmula ng sangkatauhan. So ito ay isang tula. Ang sagot daw ay babae. Yan. So ito ay tula o bugtong. Yan. So masyadong no? Stereotyping and sexism. Yan. Avoid that language in creating lesson exemplar. Include foreign products and values only as needed and appropriate to the competencies being covered. So when included, these foreign practices must be featured in ways that do not prejudice Philippine products, practices, and values. So dapat sariling atin ang mga nilalagay nating mga content. Yan. So katulad dito, promote respect for the rights of the different sectors of the society. So, good to good. Okay. Promoting learners a positive attitude towards persons with disabilities. In all aspects of life, highlight the PWD's abilities, not their impairment. Instead of portraying their disabilities, focus on their strengths and their triumphs in day-to-day life. So do not use the impairment of PWDs in funny stories or in jokes, and do not use them as subjects of caricature. Do not label them as beggars or as liabilities to society. Yan. Teach learners to use politically correct terms in referring to PWDs. For the blind, we are visual impairment. For the deaf, it should be hearing impairment. For the dumb, intellectual disability. For mad or deranged, that is psychosocial disability. Mongoloid, Down syndrome, autistic, autism, absent-minded, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. For stupid, that is learning disability. And for crippled, paraplegia. That is the politically correct terms in referring to the PWDs. So feature role models who come from different places, historical period, socio-cultural context, genders, abilities, and ages. They must be exceptional and acknowledge accomplishment or virtue regardless of their ethnic, cultural origin, or affiliation. And avoid commercial brand names and corporate logo. So, huwag niyo pong ilagay yung Coke. Yan. So, lagay lang yung cooking oil. So, kung magpipicture po kayo ng isang product, italikod nyo na lang po para hindi makita yung brand. Yan. So, no branding that is commercializing entities. Yan po. Yan. So, katulad nito, yan. Acceptable yan na hindi nakikita yung brand nila. No? So, these are the cooking materials and disinfectants. Yan. So, avoid incorporating any form of commercial solicitation and advertising. Yan. Huwag pong maglagay ng Pizza Hut. Pure Foods, ayan, Bear Brand, oh, hindi po nilalagay dapat. Yan sa ating mga lesson exemplars. Avoid differentiating either explicitly or implicitly between the capability of males and females. So, hindi porket teacher ay puro mga babaeng teacher lang. Yan. At hindi rin porket mga bumbero ay mga lalaki lang ang pwedeng maging mga bumbero. So, avoid differentiating gender biases, no? Yan. So, never depict professions as being preferred by a certain gender. Farming only males and nursing only for females. So, it's a no-no po. Yan. So, ito, okay to. Yan. So, pwedeng maging pirate captain ng isang babae at pwedeng rin maging balerino ang isang lalaki. Ang tatay kong tigasin, ayan. So, tigaluto, tagaluto. Ayan. So, hindi lang lagi ang nanay ang nasa loob ng bahay. Pwede rin ang ating mga tatay. And promote healthy and safety standards and precautions. So, lalo na kung merong paggamit ng apoy, paggamit ng different materials sa carpentry, sa electricity, or cooking. There should be health and safety standards and precautions sa ating mga lesson exemplars. Encourage humane treatment and respect for all life forms. So that is in the Animal Welfare Act number 8485. So alone we can do so little. Yun lang po. And together we can do so much. From Helen Keller. Thank you and God bless.